Let me tell y'all something, which is something that grown folks already know. Do not compare your life to someone else's, especially on social media. A lot of people on social media will take pictures in places where they don't live. It's one thing to be visiting somebody and what have you. It's one thing to be out of town somewhere or on a mini vacation or just doing your thing out here in the street. But it's a whole nother thing to try to make it look like you doing something in life that you're not. That's like that old video that had, my bad, my phone started ringing, I had to get that call. But like the old video of that lady who jumped in that other lady's car that was getting service, and it was a pink Range Rover or Land Rover, something like that, right? So the lady had the nerve to open this woman's car, jump in her car, take pictures of herself in that car as if that was her car. So the owner of the car rightfully started hollering at the lady to get the F out of her car because it didn't belong to her. And what was she thinking? And she had every right to go off the way that she did. And for her to be so bold enough to do that is fucking ridiculous. And what she was doing was stunting for social media to try to make it look like it was something that it was not. You over your cousin's house, your grandmother's house, your auntie's house, your mama's house, your daddy's house, your grandmother's house, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthday, stuff like that. Understood. You got a nice neighborhood, you walking through the neighborhood of where you live at, understood. Even if it's somebody else's. But it's a whole different situation where you are purposely trying to stunt for social media as if that's yours, to make it appear like you have a lifestyle that you work for to end up having something like that. Let me tell you something. There's folks out here that bust their tail 10, 20, 30, 40 years to be able to buy that house, to buy that car, to have that, to live in that neighborhood, to have the things that they have. And it's folks that be fronting and stunting, fake and phony, be the main ones trying to take credit for what somebody else has. That's why when it comes to TV, movie videos, hell, just anything, people be fronting and stunting a whole lot. I personally don't believe anything that I see on TV as it pertains to, because folks will go out here and rent cars and rent jewelry and make it appear like it's something that it's not. It's just like when Lil Bow Wow took that stock photo and made it seem like he was getting on a private airplane when this Negro was up there sitting in commercial. These folks go out here and rent these mansions and rent these houses and be on MTV Cribs back in the day and stunting and fronting like it's really theirs, that's theirs. It's craziness. When I used to be out here living above my means, I was living from check to check. I barely had a couple $100, damn near not thousands, in my bank account when I paid my bills and it was all said and done. But I was living nice and all that. Technically, I could afford to stay there and it was mine. But when I look at it now, all the money that I wasted, you know, not saying I don't deserve a good lifestyle, but saying that in the event that an emergency happened, who's going to have your back? You got to have your back. So guess what you got to have in your account? Money. If you make $10,000 a month, but your bills are $9,000 a month, you may think, oh, I'm able to put away $1,000. But if something in your house breaks down to be $5,000, guess what? It's going to be broke until you're able to fix it. You're either going to have to tap into your credit cards, you're going to have to take out a payday loan, a title loan, a mini loan from your bank, or it's going to stay broke until you're able to get them $5,000. And again, if you make that a month and you're only able to put away $1,000, it's going to take you 5 months to do that, and then you're still back to broke because that money's gone. Don't let these people on TV or social media gas your damn head up. A lot of them are living off of credit, not liquidated cash. A lot of them, especially the rap artists and stuff, are on contracts that make them employees to the record labels that they're on, and they get what's called advances. Advances is nothing but credit that you get to utilize how you choose to utilize to have your appearances that you want to portray to the public. But if you get a $200,000 advance, hell, even a $2 million advance, and you out here buying $10,000 purses and $200,000 cars, and you got enough credit that the bank says, even though you only got $2 million, for this advance, we gonna give you a $4 million house. What the fuck you think is gonna happen if that artist does not pay back that money? And y'all out here believing everything that you see. If you get an advance of that kind of money, of course you can have $10,000 in your pocketbook. Of course you can have that around your damn neck and front and stunt like that. What happens when you become a one-hit wonder or a two-time Charlie? These folks ain't out here starting their own businesses, taking that money and investing it and making it grow. Most of them ain't, but they on the radio talking crazy about how they got this and that and this and that. What happens when that shit dries up? So the moral of the story is 10 minutes short. Don't let these folks gas your damn head up to think that their life is something it's not. And now you are comparing your life and saying, damn, I can only afford a $10 bag at Walmart, a $100 bag at Marshall's, and they over here with $10,000 bags and shit, and I want them. It's okay to want them, but want them when you can afford them. And don't let folk gas your head up to thinking they're living a lifestyle that they really aren't. Just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford it. Just because it looks good in a music video or a picture doesn't make it real. Because I'm trying to tell you, the way it's going with this economy, I'd rather rent a room, in a room or house and split the cost with roommates, or invest in a van or RV rather, that I can live in and live off the land, than to continue to pay this high-ass rent or high-ass mortgage with these high-ass car notes and insurances and stuff like that, and then looking in the refrigerator and not having it as full as it can be without food stamps and stuff like that. I'd rather do these things and say, hey, I may not be living in no big house or what have you, but I'm living my life and not having the front and stunt to make it appear like it's something when it's truly not.